All right, we're live. We're here. We're back. And we're going to take these masks off because we can't hear each other and you probably can't hear us either.
Yeah, I can't hear anything, but it looks cool.
All right. That was totally worth it. That was totally worth wearing a mask for 5 seconds. We're back in the saddle.
Oh, yeah.
For one night only with Leather Duchess. I got the stupid thing. That's fine. Okay.
Oh, no.
So naturally, we have not prepared at all for this. We have zero topics. Marc just hit me up yesterday and was like, hey, we should do a cold ones for Halloween. We're like, all right.
One-off. Special.
Mm-hmm. Like we might come back eventually.
Yeah, we talk about it almost every weekend at some point. Like, man, wouldn't it be cool?
Yeah, we'll do it again. Just gotta wait till the timing's right. We have the comments up like usual if anybody wants to join us and chat. If you're not out trick-or-treating already, or still, I guess not already. It's kind of late. I don't know what's going on tonight. But, yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. We actually do have a lot of stuff that happened since the last podcast that we could talk about. So,
when did we do the last one? What month was that? Like April or May or something like that?
I really don't know. Why don't we talk to the people and I can look it up real quick?
Yeah, all right. Well,
tell us about what you did yesterday.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Well, it wasn't really cool. It's a little sad. But so I'm one of those people. It's very hard to get me to go do anything like, like people always say it's weird to go to restaurants by yourself, which is weird. Don't do that. That is weird. But I got over the fear of movie theater because I seen that the original Halloween was playing from 1978 in a theater. So like that's a pretty big deal. That's cool, And so I was like, I didn't even text anybody to see if they wanted to go. I had no time for that. Just buy a ticket, gotta go. Yeah, and I went, and it wasn't as scary as I thought. Not the movie. Going.
Oh, scary movie for sure. Our last cold ones was June 26th.
Oh wow, that went on.
So it's been what, July, August, September, about 4 months.
Oh, because we had like 10 episodes. That's 10 weeks. Wow. Jeez, that went on longer than I thought it did.
Yo, what's up? Larry Joel's here. Roy Ramos is here. Oh yeah, we forgot to start this off the way we usually do. Like we said, it's been 4 months, so we're late because I don't even know how to start putting this together was a mess. But Marc, what are you drinking? That's the question.
Well, water there, but all right.
Ew.
So in my magic ice, let me see.
Let's see your ice box. Let's see what you got.
All right. So, all right. So I got my signature Budweiser.
Oh yeah.
Cooler backpack.
There you go.
Cooler backpack. It's a backpack and it's a cooler.
And it's cool.
And it's cool. It's pretty cool. So inside of it, you're gonna find Budweiser. Nothing fancy. Budweiser, but it is the aluminum bottles. Make myself feel like I'm at a sports event or something.
Oh yeah.
So super cold. What about you? What
unless we're going to Vegas and fill it up with Miller, and I have to slap the Miller logo on top of the Budweiser thing. What am I drinking? Well, I'm glad you asked, Marc, because I'm very excited since the last cold ones. You might notice my baby back here. I got myself a kegurator. So I don't got to go out and buy myself some cans anymore. It's full of Miller Lite. I'll pop her open for you.
Yeah, show us. Give us a little.
I mean, I have almost a full glass, but I'll do a little pour. So I don't know how well you can hear me from back here.
You're good.
But we got a full size keg in there. And I got some bottles and cans. You know, just
back
in case
up.
I run out, because that happened.
Yeah.
I'm keeping track here of how many I'm going to drink. I'm going to put them all the way down the fridge.
Not beers, kegs.
Marc got me this beautiful Miller / Dallas Cowboy tap handle. Just give her a little pour there. And we got a nice fresh brew. And look at these bubbles. Look at them go. That's one of my favorite things about this this kegerator here. Is you don't get that when you pour a can into a mug. Like you get bubbles for a second and they go away, but this thing, they just go until I'm done drinking.
Like Buffalo Wild Wings style?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh man. Yeah, I know normally we'd jump right into our topic, but yeah, we gotta give some time to that kegerator. That's pretty amazing.
It's dangerous. Oh, I see what you almost did there. It's dangerous too. It is very dangerous because I lose track of how much I drink, and then there's some times where I'm just like, I'm not gonna drink tonight, and it's hard when I'm working down here and the thing's just like right there. I'm I'll have one, and then one turns into like 8, and then I'm hungover the next day because
it's literally looking over your shoulder.
I know, and even now, like I'm trying to focus on you, but I keep staring at it in the corner of my screen. But yeah, Marc got me the tap hand. I'll probably take it off when you're talking about something and bring it up close. But
yeah.
Marc got me that tap handle. It's Miller Lite and Dallas Cowboys. And then
it's probably the only time in my lifetime I've ever bought anything Miller Lite.
Yeah, it was funny because I bought that exact tap handle just without the cowboy thing on it the day before. And then Marc sent me a picture of that and he's like, dude, check this out. And I was like, oh my God. I would have it was only like $3 more too. I was like, I would have bought that, and he just bought it and sent it to me, so that was cool. And then I also got a rock flag and eagle badge. Right here
for
in
any
my palm.
Sunny fans out there.
And then I got some leather Duchess stickers on this side down here. Wait, where's my hand?
You're all right, man.
And yeah. So that's what I'm drinking.
That's what I'm. Yeah, that's
what I'm drinking every night of every day now.
That's the best answer you've given on all 10 previous episodes.
And I'm trying to convince Marc to buy a double tap because I bought the whole thing by myself. So I told him I'll throw some Budweiser in there, but he has to pay for the double tap. Yeah, and then we'll get 2 pony kegs.
That's a super sweet deal. I just got to remember to.
Yeah, since he's coming here more often than the beginning of COVID, so he's stuck drinking Miller Lite for now until he buys the double tap.
So, which makes me think it'll be soon.
Yeah, the only thing I'm sad about though, when that happens, is how quickly I'm gonna run out of mine because how long did I have the first one? And
okay, so that. Let me talk on that real fast. So, can I openly talk about
say whatever
how
you
that
want.
went?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, so he got the keg, which, by the way, whenever you know Jake gets a new keg, it's because you get a picture of a keg with a seatbelt in the back seat of his car.
Yeah. Well, the thing about that is because I think it started when we were recording the album, and anytime we'd be on the way to the studio and I'd have a 30-pack of Miller Lite, and I remember I always had it in my passenger seat with a seatbelt, and I was like, I got my suitcase with me, and it was every day. So after the studio, it became a thing. We're like, anytime we'd have a show, or if I'd just be on my way to Marc's place or whatever, I'd just have a 30-pack and send him a picture with a seatbelt. So now
if you were picking me up, I would just see like, oh, well, I guess I'm sitting in the back.
Yep. Gotta keep my baby safe. So now I've upgraded my suitcase to a keg. So now every time I replace the keg, I gotta send a picture with it in the car with the seatbelt on.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, he got that, which I couldn't believe you bought the kegerator, because that's like, that's one of those man cave type things where it's like, yeah, it's funny to talk about, and it's one of those cool, like, yeah, one of these days I'll get one. Well, no, you actually got one.
Mm-hmm. And funny enough too, I found it at Best Buy.
That part
And
weirded me
and
out.
it didn't even have to get shipped there. They just had one there that was ready for pickup. So I found it and I was like, dude, I'm picking this up tomorrow, because we were talking about getting one for a few months, and um I told Mark, I was like, I promise you before the end of the year I'm gonna get one. And this was like probably in March, and
Yeah.
so finally I got some extra cash from like stocks and all that crap, and I was just like, I got it. So I was looking all over online, and I was trying to find. I ordered some, but they got canceled because it was like some rigged, some like, I don't know. It was probably some scam website or whatever. But anyway,
Yeah.
so like it was the day before it was supposed to come in, because I ordered it online and it was supposed to ship in like a week. So I was like, oh my god, I can't wait, I can't wait. And then the day before it was supposed to come in, I got an email that said, hey, your order's been canceled, whatever, this isn't in stock, but try one of these instead. Which the one I was purchasing was like $250, which to me was surprising,
That's
or I think it was
super
less
cheap.
than that even. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I was unsure about it the whole time, because I think it was like 150 or something. And so I was like, oh heck yeah, I can't pass that up. And then they're like, oh, it's out of stock, but you should check one of these out. And they send me one that's like $2,500. I'm like, yeah, okay. So anyway, so I was just so disappointed, like, oh, I already had to wait a week and a half or whatever it was, and now if I order another one, I'm gonna have to wait another week or two. And I was just like so upset. And so I was just like browsing online to see if there's like local pickup, or just even I was even looking on like Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist to see if there's a decent one.
Didn't
And
you even find one at Home Depot
I did,
or
yeah.
something like that?
Yeah, that one cost a little
Wow.
more, but yeah, they had them too. But yeah, so I found just one at Best Buy that was like the cheapest one on the whole of the internet that I searched, and it was available for pickup that day, and it was close by to my house, and I was like, it's meant to be. And I went, almost couldn't fit it in my car, because I didn't bring my Fit. I brought the Nissan, the Rogue,
Yeah.
but which the Rogue does have more trunk space technically because it's bigger, but
Oh yeah.
the trunk's like curved more. So like
Uh,
the box, it was hard to get like the corners in.
so you get a mini like SUV, but you still fit more stuff in your Fit.
Probably, I
That's a
probably could.
drummer's car, big
It
time.
totally is. If you need something with that could hold a whole band in all your gear, get a Fit.
There's a
Um,
reason they call it the Fit.
oh yeah, but yeah. So I just got it at Best Buy because I was like, I'm not waiting anymore for this thing. And I ordered a keg the same night, and I was like, I'm gonna pick up the fridge, pick up the keg, and uh, I got home, and of course the CO2 tank was empty because that's how they have to ship it, which I didn't think about. And there wasn't any CO2 place next to me or nearby me, so I was like, gotta go back down the hill tomorrow, wait till
Oh,
tomorrow. And I was like, oh, so I did that, came home, tried to set everything up, and when I turned on the CO2, I could hear tss, and I was like, okay, you're not supposed to hear that. And there's this one freaking nut that's like this big, and like I needed basically a wrench that could fit around it, and so I was like, I had to wait another day, or I might have went that night, I don't remember. But anyway, I had to go to another place, go to the store, get this huge wrench,
oh yeah. How much
just so
was
I could
that?
go, "Er." Like that's literally all it needed. It was like $34 or something like that, and I'm never gonna use it again, except if I need to like unscrew the nut or whatever to replace the
Yeah.
CO2 tank. But supposedly those should last like 2 or 3 years. So,
I
but yeah, that's literally all I had to do was just go, and it was done. I was like, oh my god. Uh, but
but I
oh, go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say, but I remember you whenever you oh, excuse me. I remember whenever you sent it like working, you sent a video to the band chat of it first working. It's like, oh my God, you like, yeah, it's one thing whenever you say, yeah, I just ordered it or whatever. But then you're like, oh no, it works. See, look, watch. And it's
Oh
like
yeah,
in your room and you're pulling the tap handle. It's like, oh my God.
it's so satisfying every time, just to get, especially when
Uh,
you get the perfect pour. What, like when I got the first keg, I wasted. I wasted a lot of it though, just because I was trying to like, it was my first time, so I was trying to figure out like the pressure and you know, if I think I tapped it too soon, like after I moved it too, so it was kind of fuzzy and all that, or fizzy. But eventually, I kind of got it down. I'm still not great at like when I first installed the new keg, but I'm getting there.
Okay, so all right, right there. Hold on.
Yeah.
So the fact that you said every time I get a new keg segues into the next section of this conversation. Uh, okay. So your pregnant wife doesn't drink beer, right?
I hope not. I don't think so.
So it's just you,
Yeah. Yeah, just me.
except for whenever we have like band practices and stuff like that, which isn't very often. Um, so I'm super proud of you because this is your second keg, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember like you got it, and I came over there, and it was what was that opening game of the season?
Yeah. Against the
Yeah,
Rams.
yeah. So, well, that tells whose team we go for. Um,
Cowboys. Well, I said the cowboy things on the on the tap handle.
oh yeah, that's right. You did.
Oh
Refer
yeah, let me
about
get that. You tell the story. I'll get that real quick while you're telling it.
that. So, opening game for the season. He showed me the whole setup, and that was cool. Whatever. We didn't really like, we tried it and stuff like that, but we didn't get like crazy or nothing. And then the very next time I went over there was like a couple weeks later, maybe like 2 weeks later for band rehearsal. And uh, we all like, poured a beer and went to go start rehearsing. Well, we did like maybe 6 songs, 7 songs, something like that. And we are like, well, let's go get a refill. And so me and Colton left the garage and walked into his office where his kegerator is to give everyone a refill. And I poured one and it poured. And then the second one, the tap blew. It just, like it was empty. But, well, it blew and then it made that sound. I was like, well, maybe something's wrong with the CO2 or something. I opened up the fridge part and I tipped over the keg and yeah, it was dry. It was completely dry. And I remember coming back down to the rehearsal room. It's like, hey, I don't know if this comes as a shock or
Oh my god, it
not,
totally did.
but you're out of beer, like in a keg, which is like 16 gallons.
Yeah, ruined my day. I was just like, I was so sad. It was like,
I mean, like I was trying to cheer you up because I was proud.
it was a bittersweet moment. I was proud, but also sad at the same time because I didn't think I was going to run out that fast.
Because we really didn't have anything to do with it. Like,
Yeah. I mean, you came over a few times. We hung out,
yeah,
and
there
my
was
dad
like
came
one.
over once. But like I've been drinking a lot ever since I got it. It's not
Just that straight face into the camera. I've been drinking a lot.
It's not great. I mean, it is great, but it's probably not great for my body. It's just like I think I told you the other day, like, because I used to really only drink when we hung out or like at band functions and stuff, and I never really drank by myself. But ever since I got this, I think I said there's only been like 4 days where I haven't had at least one beer, but usually it's at least 4, and then there's some times where it goes up to like 8 or like last night I had like 10, I think.
Oh my god!
I just kept going. Man, I was ready last night for cold ones, but you were at the movie, so we didn't do it.
Yeah.
But okay, so my tap handles. So after I ordered the keg, I was like, well, I'm gonna need a sweet tap handle, and I like the classic handles better, so I got this one. I do still
like the old logo.
Yeah, I do still want the white one at some point, but I wanted this one first, and also these are cheaper because they're old and no one uses them anymore. So I ordered this one.
I'll try to talk to one of the competition drivers, see if I can find one.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I at some point I want to collect all of them or all the ones I could find.
Oh yeah.
And I'm probably gonna like just lay them out on my wall and switch them out every couple of months or something.
Yeah.
But so I ordered this one and was like, heck yes. I found one. It was like $10 or something like that. And I was like, cool. So that's going to come in like the same day the keg comes in. And this is when I was expecting the other one to get shipped in. So I actually got this before I got my keg or kegerator. And then the very next day, or maybe even the same day, I don't remember, Marc sends me a picture message with this. And so we're both, well, I'm a big Cowboys fan. I think Marc kind of is, but he's kind of also a traitor at the same time because he likes the Eagles. But yeah.
If they're going against each other.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad, but I'm a Cowboys.
So I was like, okay. I wish I didn't have the other one shipped already, but so now I have this one for no reason because I'm never going to use this. Because I mean, but anyway, it's cool though. It's the great taste of the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
Because even though technically Bud Light is the official sponsor of NFL, Miller Lite still sponsors the Cowboys individually.
Well, it's just like Texas. They have their own rules.
That's true. I don't know exactly how that works, but because I think Coors also sponsors some teams. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that thing works, but I'm glad every time I watch a Cowboys game, they got that huge like 100-foot Miller Lite sign in the back and the Miller Lite logo on the top of the stadium, and I'm just like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that's why like those Bud Light cans. You remember those Bud Light cans I had of the NFL teams? I think that's why those are like collectible. Is because like I think that was the last year where they did every team or something like that.
Yeah, you gave me the Cowboys one up there.
Yeah, that's right.
You gave me one of those. I think that's the only Bud Light product I have in this house.
I'm working on sneaking some more stuff in there.
If you find more Cowboy stuff, I'll make exceptions.
Yeah.
So anyway, in other big news, going outside the beer. Thanks for asking. That's what we're drinking, by the way. A 25-minute answer to your question. In other big news, we have a different bass player now. From
a different one.
A different one. Well, kind of a different one. Okay.
Oh yeah, catch everyone up. What's going on?
So since the last cold ones we've done. No, wait, what? I was talking about our band.
I was just kidding.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Motley Crue stuff. I'm like, no. I don't need to talk about that stuff. No. So since the last cold ones, our bass player Luca has left us, and I think we made a post about it. And he moved out to Texas, where we want to go. So he just jumped the gun on us, and
I know. Little does he know he's gonna end up seeing us anyways.
I know. He stole our dream, but anyway, he's there, living the dream right now. So I don't know exactly what's going on with him right now, but we talk to him every once in a while. But he seems to be doing well, and we miss him. But he's out there. But we do have Colton back in the band. Our original, well, depending on how far back you want to go, but
officially original.
Yeah, our first bass player.
He played the very first show with us.
Yes, so that's very exciting. He was with us. Yeah. How long was he with us the first time? Like a year or something like that.
A good
a year and a half.
Like
he was the longest one before Luca, I think.
Well, he was as far as I'm concerned, he was the original guy. Like he
yeah, definitely.
Sure. Like
yeah, I mean we've always kept in contact with him, and he played that other whiskey show with us that we have on the YouTube, I believe. It's on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
I always forget which one's on there. Yeah, so that was really cool. And then he was busy in some other bands, and he was in Pretty Boy Floyd for a while, and but he's living in Vegas right now. But he's making the drive whenever.
Oh yeah.
Whenever we want to have a jam or writing session, he's doing it. Yeah. So we're really excited to have him back. And we've been working on some writing with him and stuff. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say it's really cool. Like especially like looking at the pictures. Like we've been taking some new pictures and stuff, and it's just so weird because it's minus Storm.
Yeah.
It's the exact same lineup as when we very first started.
Yeah,
cool.
We're basically back to our original lineup. We just have 4 people now instead of 5.
Yeah. So I mean, of course, Storm's great and all that. But we it's better than having somebody replace somebody. Nobody's being replaced at this point. It's the original band, just minus.
Yeah, which is very, very relieving because we've had so many, we've had so many people kind of cycle through us in the last couple years, which has been frustrating. But at least the new person now is technically an original, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Roy Ramos says, if you ever need a bass player, I could play a mean air guitar. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll pull you up on stage for a song to play a rhythm air guitar for one of our songs.
Yeah, we need rhythm air guitar, Roy.
On My Knees could definitely use a rhythm air guitar.
Yeah, I need the help on that one.
But yeah, so that's cool. We've been working on some new songs with him, and he is still in Jet Black Romance as well. So check them out. They're a cool band. They just had some live stream event a couple months ago.
That was really cool. That was really good.
Yeah, I didn't watch it live. I think Marc did, but I watched the replay afterwards. I came to his house like the next week, I think it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, definitely excited to have him back for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you're saying, it's cool looking at the pictures because we have pictures of us from 2014, and now 6 years later, it's us again. We're all grown up, and it's kind of mind blowing in a way how it came full circle like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I obviously hoping for the best with this and seeing what comes out of it.
Yeah,
seems like everyone's pretty excited. A lot of cool stuff. But yeah.
So in other cool news, do you want to talk about what we just got shipped to us on, when was it? Wednesday? Yesterday? A couple days ago?
So I haven't seen it yet.
Nor have I.
Nor have you. So the Gunslinger Vinyls just came in Wednesday. So everybody that's been texting us asking where your vinyls are, they're here in LA, but they got shipped to Tyler, and he got shipped to Vegas. So
and then Oklahoma, or no? Is he? He's just going to Vegas, huh?
For the week. So I'll get him. Okay. I'll get quite a few copies this upcoming week, and then if he's going to be he'll be here that whole week. So we'll be sending out vinyls this week.
Oh yeah, yesterday was Colton's birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah. So he's in Vegas for that.
Nice. Happy birthday, Colton.
Happy. Today. Yeah, that's right. Today. Happy birthday.
Oh, it's today? I thought it was yesterday. Okay.
Today? No, I think it's today.
Yeah, they had a party, I think, yesterday. The birthdays. I don't know. Something's going on this weekend in Vegas. I couldn't make it, unfortunately, but that's what happens. I got babies and pregnant wives and things. Multiple.
Okay. Well, my excuse isn't that good.
You're saving lives. I'm just kidding.
I just caught on to that. Yeah, for sure.
So I think we only ordered 100, right? So
yeah, 100, and they're all hand numbered.
If you want, they're hand numbered. I think we're signing all of them or most of them. I'm not sure.
So there's gonna be a photo insert that's signed every.
Hand signing. Yeah, it's not one of those printed screen. What do you call it? Photocopied thing. We're hand signing every single one. We're numbering every single one. Some numbers have already been taken. I think we're accepting orders now, right, on the website?
Oh yeah, for sure. We've been doing pre-orders.
So someone's asking when are we going to release the album. So the CD's been out for about a year and a half now.
Yeah.
But the vinyl, technically, we just got it. I don't know exactly when we're shipping.
I guess now you would. Well,
yeah.
No,
I don't know when we're shipping them exactly, but they're available for pre-order or for order, not pre-order anymore. They're available to order on the website leatherduchess.com. So there have been a lot of numbers that have already been taken, but if you have a specific number that you'd like, you could send that with your order, whatever number you want, and if it's available, we'll give it to you. All the obvious ones have been taken. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I believe is gone, and 69's gone. 420 would be gone, but we didn't order that many. Number 11's gone.
Oh
That's
yeah, who did number 11?
me.
That's you?
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it.
I got two of them. I got number 3 and number 11.
Okay, I had number 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Mostly because of Austin Powers.
I'm number 2. Wait, that's Dr. Evil. Never mind. We both did
wait,
it.
never mind.
I mean, I'm number 2.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, if anyone wants to order it, it's available for order now. I don't think we'll be shipping them next week because I haven't signed anything yet, and I don't think I'm going to see.
Oh wait, never mind. That's right. Oh yeah, we haven't.
It might.
I forgot there's stuff to do with it.
It might not be till we're definitely going to try to get them to people before Christmas. But I don't know because Tyler's going to be gone next week unless you get them from him. Since I'm going to because I'm going to see you next weekend. So if you want to get all of them,
he'll probably he can probably sign all his when he's back, and then me and you'll do a little signing.
Yeah, I mean
party.
he could do it whenever he wants. But if you could get at least the photo inserts, you don't need all the records. But if you could get all the photo inserts, then I could sign them next weekend.
Good enough.
But yeah, so shipping.
They'll be sent out.
Shipping, unsure at the moment, but you could order it now if you want to order it.
It's close enough to not be considered pre-order.
Do we have any CDs left? I think we're out. Or do we have like 5?
We literally have like 5 left.
Okay.
And
yeah,
maybe 6 if I'll give up my copy. So whoever wants that one.
I don't even know if it's on the website anymore. I think you just kind of have to ask us for it, and we'll be like, yeah, you can have one. It might be, I don't know. But yeah, so if you want the CD, maybe we have one. If you want the vinyl, I don't know how many people ordered already, but I'd say there's probably 80 something or 75 left. And then
solid 75.
All our stuff is still on iTunes and Spotify and all that. Except so we kind of like remixed / remastered them for the vinyl. So at some point we are going to re-release those on iTunes and all that stuff as well. Also hopefully before Christmas time. So if you did want to get the digital copy, I'd maybe wait for that to come out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it sounds way better.
Oh, it sounds really good. Those remasters.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's most of our big news. We got the kegerator, we got the new bass player, we got the vinyls. Is there anything else?
I think that's as far as right now.
At least with band news, we're not done yet because it's only been 39 minutes. But just band news.
There's a couple things in the works, but not enough for.
Yeah, I mean,
news.
I guess the only other thing, and not really news, but I know some people were asking about it. The Dangerous Toys show, because it got canceled because COVID, or not canceled, but we couldn't play it because COVID and all that. But it's still definitely a thing. Jason said he's 100% going to do it. We just don't know. I think it's probably going to end up being next summer, assuming everything goes back to normal. But it's definitely still going to happen at some point whenever venues are open and it's worth it with the amount of people that could show up, and obviously they want to get paid and all that stuff. So that's still definitely happening. It's just the date is not sure at the moment. Yeah, he keeps
not canceled.
He keeps emphasizing not canceled, just postponed till further notice.
I think he's just as ready for that show as we are.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're super psyched, and Dangerous Toys only plays like 3 times a year, and and especially in
this year was devastating.
Oh yeah, and especially in Austin, Texas, man, they always freaking sell out and like kill it out there. But okay, so that's it for the band stuff. Unless anyone has any questions, you could comment and we'll answer that stuff when you ask it. But aside from that, let's get to the Halloween stuff.
The fun stuff.
So I'll switch to you because I've been talking for a while, so I'll give you something to talk about. But you already talked about the Halloween movie experience. What else you got?
Well, I was actually going to hand it over to you because I need to go over to that room right there real quick. If you want to do jokes or
jokes. I got jokes.
You got jokes?
No, I actually don't have jokes. I don't know what to talk about. After my 15-minute ramble, you're going to leave me when I'm done talking.
I know.
Because I also got to refill my bev, so...
Well, okay. You can't zoom in, can you?
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna say you should show them how exactly to do the perfect pour.
Oh, I could
It
try.
might not be right up in your right. Might not be
I
right
could
up
zoom in.
on
Hold
you.
on. Hold on. All
All
right,
right.
I'll try to do this.
I want to actually see the zoom before I go.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. Ready?
I'm,
I need to. Okay, let me move. I'm gonna scoot it first. You're gonna see black screen for a second. That's okay. I don't know if this is gonna work though, because
maybe not. It's entertaining to
sometimes the
watch.
pour isn't great. It's gonna be fuzzy too. But okay, here we go. Oh, also
There you,
I need to screw my tap handle back
oh
on.
yeah.
All right, well you go to the bathroom. I'm gonna try to do this. All right, I'll try to demonstrate the perfect pour. I don't know how well you'll be able to hear me. Maybe I just won't say much. And hopefully I even get a perfect pour. It doesn't always happen. Alright, so first let me screw this thing in. Step one, you need a tap handle attached to your tower. I mean, I guess technically you could just pull the bottom, but that's not fun. Oop, I'm turning the whole thing. That is not what you want to do. Okay, so tap handle has been engaged. Here's my Miller Lite Texas can. I don't know how well you can see that. And that thing's been through some damage though, so it doesn't stand up straight anymore. Okay, so step one, tap handle has been engaged. Step two, you want to put your mug at a 45-degree angle. Alright, step three. This is where a lot of people mess up, the first timers. They think they have to slowly open the tap until they get the pour going, but if you do that, you get too much foam and it becomes a mess. And we learned this at the record release party.
Oh yeah.
You just want to open it as quick as you can, but not like freaking slam it till you break and stuff. But so 45-degree angle with the mug, and then just open it real quick. So 1, 2, 3, boom. Then you get the thing pouring. So now basically you're just gonna wait until the foam. Keep your angle. You're going to wait until the foam is about to pour out of your mug, and you're going to slowly start tilting it up until you get all the way to the top of your mug. And then you come back over here and you fix your zoom so people can see your mug properly. And
wait,
look at that, baby.
Like did you mean so they can see your mug as in your face?
1 inch of good head. You take a sip.
And you enjoy.
Pat yourself on the back for how good it tastes and how good of a job you did. And I will say that is one of the downsides about the kegerator thing. Is whenever I'm doing stuff like this or just like working at my station, it does kind of suck having to get up, like instead of just how you just have like your set here,
a backpack full of beer.
Yeah, I mean, I showed you earlier, I do have some bottles and cans in there if I really don't want to get up, but like, it's just, if you have bottles of cans, you could just have like a cooler ice pack or just have them here. And when I finish, I don't got to get up, I just, psst. And I also do miss that sound sometimes too, the psst. I love it.
I figured you would. Yeah.
But I do get that whenever I go to your house because, I got to drink.
Because I'm still like,
I got to drink your peasant beer out of aluminum.
Yeah.
Aluminium.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is definitely one downside. Like if I'm doing something like this, or if I'm like hanging out with a friend on Skype or playing a game with a friend online or something, I always got to be like, hold on, got to refill my beer, get up and refill it instead of just like playing and then I die. I'm like, oh crap, and then keep playing. So that does suck, but it's definitely worth it when you get the taste and those freaking fizzy bubbles going all day.
Fizzy bubbly.
The fizzy lifting drink. Okay, so Halloween.
Yeah.
Europe.
Okay, Europe. They had like a couple good songs, but
yeah.
nothing I would consider. Oh, so okay. So I thought we could do. So what did I tell you the other day? I was like, watch like 2 horror movies, and we'll talk.
2 horror movies.
Oh, you watched 1, didn't you?
No.
You watched 20.
I had a freaking not horror movies, but I had a Halloween movie marathon, and
Oh,
I
really?
watched a lot. Yes.
Oh, good. Well, even better. Never mind. I'm gonna rewrite the rules here. Just talk about whatever you want. No, all right, cool. Well, basically the whole idea was like, well, if we're gonna do a Halloween special, maybe we should, kind of like think about some horror movies that you like or that you've seen recently or whatever, and kind of not a review, but maybe give your take on it, right? Um, of course, I will say though that as you probably know, Halloween is kind of year round here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I tend to watch a little more horror than anything else, although comedy's right there. I love comedies, but the horror movies are, well, obviously.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention at the beginning, because we played "Back in the Saddle" as our song, because we're back. I'm also wearing "Back in Black." Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Nice little segues. Uh, yeah, no. So, do you want to
You start.
give a movie first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start with Halloween, because you already said you watched that yesterday.
The movie Halloween, and you kind of gave me a spoiler that you watched it, right?
Yeah, I thought it was okay because, like I said, I did a marathon, so I have more of that. But yeah, so you watched Halloween in the theater.
Yeah.
I watched
Oh,
it
yeah.
at home on my TV.
Yeah.
What are we doing? You just talk. What do you want to say
So,
about it?
well, I mean, is that your movie? 'Cause, I mean, I've seen it. Like, I can tell you about it. Or you,
Oh,
what did you?
I thought we're
wait,
just
what did
I thought we're just going down the list and talking. I don't know. This is your thing. I don't know. You tell me what we're doing.
Well, what did you think of the original Halloween when you
Oh,
watched it? Was that the first time you've seen it?
oh no, I've seen it. I've seen it a
Oh,
lot
have
of
you?
times. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh, it's good. It's got some solid boobies. Um,
And
g-
some.
got some hot sex going on. No, it's always it's always a really good movie to watch. I think I've only seen the first two though. I don't think I've seen past the second one.
Yeah.
Because the second one's where they burn him in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's all I've seen. But it's a good movie. I don't really
Yeah.
have a lot to say.
It's definitely like whenever you watch it, like and completely like watch it. As much as I love it, like of course it does have its flaws. Like some of the dialogue's pretty bad. Like not even so much the dialogue, but like the delivery from Laurie Strode's like friends. Did you
Hmm.
notice that?
Oh
Like
yeah,
how it looks like they're reading cards.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
so
there's a lot like for today's standards you could say is bad, but for the time it came
yeah.
out, it's a really good movie.
Oh yeah.
The I mean, if you're talking about like today's standards and stuff, the the effects are and like the what do you call it? The angle like at the beginning when he stabs his sister, whoever it was,
Mhm.
like the through the mask, and he's just like it looks like
Yeah.
so lame and cheap, but at
Yeah.
the time it was like freaking scary as hell. I
Was
mean, I
shocking.
so I hear, I wouldn't know from experience. I wasn't there, but
Yeah.
one thing that is really cool. I think a lot of people might know this, but maybe not. The original Michael Myers mask is a William Shatner mask, just painted white, and then they put the hair, whatever they did with the hair. But so that's I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult to William Shatner, but I think I'd be excited if
Oh yeah.
someone made a horror movie with a mask on my face and it became like this huge. I'd be like, I'm the original man. Larry
Yeah.
Joel says, I hear that awesome bass player got replaced. Yes. Well, he didn't get replaced because that kind of makes it sound like we kicked him out. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he it was kind of just a California thing. California's freaking expensive and finances and all that stuff. So he moved to Texas with his family, and because it's way cheaper out there, and they're just trying to get something new going, I guess. But yeah, so Luca is no longer with us, but Colton's back in the band. He was our original bass player. So yeah.
Very
Um,
excited.
okay, so yeah, Halloween we both seen before. We both love it a lot. It has its
I will I will say though, huh?
Go ahead.
Seeing it in theaters. This is the very first time I ever seen it in theaters, and I tried putting it like I tried like getting in that mindset of seeing it for the first time in 1978. You know, because like you said, it's a little different compared to today's movies. You know, because you can hear some people kind of like, you know, laughing at some of the bad dialogue or whatever in the back, but certain parts that still hold up really well. You still hear people in the crowd going like, you know, like
Well, dude,
you know,
freaking
cool.
even today, watching it today, I think Jamie Lee Curtis did an amazing job in that movie.
Me too.
At least doing her parts. Yeah, definitely some of the friends are lame and cheesy, but she did a great job. And watching it now though, I kind of don't like how they showed his face.
Oh, when they ripped the mask off.
Yeah. Like if they at least just kind of like had it dark where you couldn't see his face, or I don't know, it kind of like
took you out of it a bit.
Yeah, I mean, at least not in the first movie, or like not. It was just kind of weird. Like it didn't feel necessary there. It was just kind of random.
Yeah.
And like we already know who this person is. Like we know where he came from because they showed it at the beginning. Like we don't really need to see his face right there. I don't know. Like maybe if they showed it in like I mean, of course at the time they didn't know how many they're gonna have, but maybe if they showed it in like the fifth movie or something. But I mean, the way it ended, it's like you kind of know they're at least expecting to have two of them.
Yeah. Although I will say, John Carpenter, whenever he was like making this, it was a one-off thing or whatever. And then of course, by the time Halloween 2 came out, Friday the 13th had already came out, which was way bloodier and, you know,
I've never seen that movie.
No?
No. I don't know why. I just I've never seen that movie.
Well, that whole series, it gets a little cringy at times, but it's really fun. It's like a really fun series. But the first one came out as kind of like not ripping off, but kind of ripping off Halloween, but more. It was a little more far-fetched, of course. And but Halloween, all those producers and all them, you know, the studio, they're like, hey, this Friday the 13th is coming out. They're making a lot of money. We should probably get on this. And so they were like, we need to make a sequel. And John Carpenter was like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. That was my story. That's all I got. And they were like, we'll give you this much money. He's like, well, maybe I can figure something out.
You know what? So, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he said he just literally sat down with a 6-pack of beer, drank it, and wrote the script for part 2, and that was how it came about.
Wow. That's the way we write songs. So, and we always come up with masterpieces. So there you go. So I just found this out yesterday or a couple days ago. Have you seen the Rob Zombie Halloween movie?
Yeah.
Do you know what year that came out?
2007.
Okay, I thought so, because I was talking about this with this guy the other day, and I didn't remember what year it came out. I thought it was more recent, but because we were looking up like different stuff with horror movies and stuff, and so I just kind of said something, just like nonchalant, just like, well, I hope it was a good movie, because he kind of like put his music career on a hiatus because he wanted to really pursue like the horror stuff. And then he's like, he said, wait, Rob Zombie makes music? And I was like, what? And he's like, he makes music? I'm like, wait, are you serious right now? He's like, yeah, I only know him from his movies. And I was like,
really?
I mean, that's really cool to hear, I guess, for him, because you know, he wants to do that stuff, but I've never heard that from anyone before, where they knew him from his movies but never heard his song. So I was like, have you ever heard like Thunder Kiss 65 was on Guitar Hero 2? He's like, maybe. And I was like, oh, nice.
Oh,
party foul, take a shot. So I was like, I was like, well, you probably heard some of his songs, because I think some of his movies have his songs in them, don't they? Like, doesn't House of a Thousand Corpses have one of his songs in it? I think it has Living Dead Girl or something like that. I'm sure like some of his other ones might, but that was kind of interesting. Also, I'm in trouble because Kat said 10 beers last night, huh? With one of these
Oh,
faces.
busted, busted.
It was an
Uh,
exaggeration. I only had two. I'm just trying to look cool in front of my friends.
yeah. uh, nice save, sweet save, sweet save.
Larry
He's just
says,
kidding.
"You're awesome, bro." Hey, thanks. I don't know if you're talking to me or Mark, but thank you. um,
You already said thank you, so that's all you, buddy.
I'm just saying thanks for the comment to whoever it's for. Okay, so going back to the Halloween movie though, or just like the old movies. One movie I did watch that I've never seen before uh, was Psycho.
Oh, you watched that one?
I watched Psycho, and
Wow.
dude, I really liked that movie. Like it
Wow.
was really good. For
That really is that weird? That really surprises me. That's cool.
why you think I wouldn't like it?
I No, not that you wouldn't like it, but like going back that far. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, because you always hear, like I've seen a lot of stuff about it, and like going to Universal Studios, they have
Oh,
on the
that's
tours they
true.
show the stuff and they talk about the
House.
Hershey syrup and all that. And yeah, the tour they do the Norman Bates all that stuff, and uh,
Yeah.
I think when we went, um doesn't the WB tour also have the Bates Motel? Is that where that was at? Or I think
I
they do
thought
the
it was Universal.
I think theirs is for the TV series or the Netflix
Oh
series or
yeah,
whatever it
the
was.
Bates Hotel
Yeah,
Motel.
but anyway, like so I know a lot about it already. But hey, Storm Miller's in the house. What's up, Storm Miller?
What? Storm Miller?
Yeah,
No way.
yeah. He said, "What's up, bro?
Man.
Drinking some Miller right now, boy."
Don't
um,
listen to him, Storm.
but yeah. I mean, when was that made in like 1960 or something like that, or 64 or something around
Yeah,
there?
like early 60s.
Um, I mean, aside from like the murder scenes they're like kind of cheesy, obviously, but
Yeah, they're
I,
iconic.
I think
You're
that
right.
movie holds up so well though, and
Oh
like
yeah.
the music really is like it really adds another element to it, like because it's
Yeah.
just like so quiet a lot of the time, and they're just talking and nothing's happening, and then just like it's like just loud and so like shrill. It
Yeah.
really adds they did a good job.
Side side note, if Storm's still listening, but you know how whenever I first introduced Storm Rolls to you guys, like we moved here and all
Hmm.
that, you know, and everyone would ask if that's Storm's real name.
Yeah.
I remember telling you guys about one of my childhood friends, my best friend growing up, Storm Miller.
Hmm.
And like, wait, there's two
The
Storms?
Miller Man. Well, I mean,
And,
there are a lot of storms out in Oklahoma, right? Like
ugh,
storms. So it's just on people's mind all the time.
man, I thought I had those dad jokes.
Why I'm a dad, so I'm allowed to say
I
that
know.
stupid stuff.
Mine usually come out so bad, but that one
Oh,
worked.
speaking of music, though, I forgot I was going to mention the music on Halloween. I mean,
Mm,
the theme song's
yeah, the
iconic,
theme
but
song.
like it's such a weird, like it's weird. It's just a weird song. Like the
Yeah,
timing on it,
time signature is
it's like
weird.
it's technically 4/4, I think, but it's like where the cues come in, because if
Yeah,
you count it like 4/4, it still it loops
it
back
still
around.
works.
Yeah, it loops back around, but it's just like it's like it goes
I
off
think,
for a few measures and then comes back. It might not be 4/4 technically if you're counting it, but
yeah, I think they said something weird. At first, I thought it was 5/4, but it's not that simple. It's like seven. It's like sevens or something like that. It's weird. It's
yeah,
very.
it's a good song, but it's interesting. Like it's interesting how iconic that song is not being a 4/4 song. Because usually songs that aren't 4/4 don't catch people's attention that well, because for like the average listener, like the reason why most pop songs are so popular is just because they're so basic and easy to grasp and easy to count.
Yeah,
So, but that song's like
yeah.
so weird, but it's still so iconic and so popular.
I think it's tapping into that Rush thing where it's like it's in a different time signature, but like it's so smooth you can't tell.
Storm says it's Miller time. Heck yeah. Uh, He said you got 2 kids. Nice. I got a second one on the way, coming out December 14th. Oh, dude. Speaking of
Him?
Miller time, no, me.
Oh, I was like, both? What?
Well, no, he said he has two. He said I got 2 kids, and so
Well, I know, 'cause I remember you
I'm saying I'm
saying.
about to have 2 kids. I have one
Okay,
coming
I
out on
was
the
gonna
14th.
say. I was gonna say, I think yours are 14th too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, so yeah, I did Halloween and Psycho. That's really the only like horror
Wow.
movies I watched. I did other like Halloween movies, but the rest aren't really horror movies. So
Yeah.
what else do you have?
So, let me see.
Oops, I gotta
I
move
mean, of
this. Hold
course,
on.
I'm
Hold on, I'm
always
blocking
doing
your
the,
face. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm always doing the classic horror, like I don't know, like I was thinking about talking about the like original Dracula from 1931.
Oh yeah.
But as far as like recently, what I've been like trying to go back over was I've been going back over the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Dude, I love that. I haven't seen too many of them, but that's my favorite out of the Halloween,
Slasher.
Friday 13, Friday
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. And like for sure the one that I keep going back to that is the best. It is the best one. I mean, the first one is probably the I don't know. I have a tie between the first one and Dream Warriors, the third one. Those two are just so good. They're such good movies. Um, the first one is awesome because it's just straight dark Freddy. It's like he's not jokey, he's not doing the one-liners and all that stuff. It's just evil Freddy Krueger. Um, but Dream Warriors is cool because it's before they got too goofy,
Mm-hmm.
but it was the perfect mix of like one-liners and stuff like that, but also that scary side. And you got Dokken doing the theme song, so that's pretty cool too.
But the first one's the
But
best one because that's Johnny Depp's first movie, so or his
yeah,
first big role, I should say. Or I don't know if it's really considered a big role, but he's in it.
oh yeah, I thought he did really good in it. Like I thought, like his character is really cool. Like I like his character. Um, but yeah, so I've been getting back into the Nightmare on Elm Street stuff, some of the Friday the 13th. Um, but the thing I was gonna say about the Dracula thing is like, I mean, I love all those classic Universal monsters and stuff like that, of course. But the Dracula one was like the first speaking horror movie, like because everything else, like Phantom of the Opera and all that, that was all silent film.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was the first one to have like uh, dialogue and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that was really cool. And it's just so crazy because I guess they had the ability to put music, but they didn't think about it. Uh, but it really worked for the movie because whenever you watch that Dracula movie, it's like it's just eerie. There's no music,
Yeah.
there's no sound cues, there's no nothing. It's just that crackling noise, that
Mm-hmm.
film,
Yeah.
like yeah, and it's just like it's such a like it sets the tone.
Yeah, that's something even today a lot of movies do to emphasize like dramatic scenes. Um, the only one I could think of off the top of my head, I know there's a lot that do it, but I think it's Harry Potter Part 7. Um, well, it's one of those ending last Harry Potter movies when they're like running through the forest and like shooting spells at the Death Eaters and all
Oh
that stuff.
yeah, yeah,
There's absolutely like nothing, like there's no dialogue, there's no music. It's just the sound of them running and the sound of spell shooting, and
yeah.
uh, it's to make it more dramatic and more just like I
Which is
guess more
opposite of what you would think,
yeah yeah because
which is cool.
they do have the other scenes. I think like in the fifth one when they're fighting like Bellatrix and when Bellatrix kills whoever it was, I don't remember.
Serious.
Yeah, Sirius. Like I think that one has music and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
in this forest scene, yeah, they do that same thing, which maybe that's not specifically where they got it from, but
that
the
idea.
point I'm trying to make is it became an iconic thing from that movie that other movies
Yeah.
have done, and it's developed to where people are still doing it today, where they're using it to make scenes more dramatic.
There's this scene in Did you ever watch? Because there's the Chris Nolan trilogy of the Batman movies. There's the Batman Begins. There's the Dark Knight, and then the Dark Knight Rises. Right.
Yeah.
So Dark Knight Rises, whenever he's fighting Bane, I've always loved that scene before I got into all the classic monsters and stuff. But I remember when that came out, for some reason, there was something about that scene where he's fighting him down in the sewers where it's no music, just the sound effects of like hitting and stuff like that. And I always thought that was like super, super effective.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know like that was a technique, but I just thought, wow, like I don't know if they meant it to come off that way, but it really
that was when Batman was losing, right? During that fight. Because that's something they do a lot to make it like more impactful, to where like the hero is losing, because like I don't think they do it too much where the hero's winning, because they have to have like the heroic music and all that stuff, but it's supposed to be like he's getting so broken down. And it's just like such a shock. It's quiet, and you're seeing his face just like, how am I going to get out of this? And it's just quiet. There's like nothing like distracting your mind from that. So that's another good one. I remember after you said it. Storm Miller says Lord of the Rings does this as well. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a lot of big movies have done this, and I think a lot of it probably stemmed from that Dracula movie for sure.
Like that,
Cat says your skull candles are not symmetrical.
Is this, or wait?
Well, I think because that one's facing the other way. It's facing like that way, and the other one's facing the camera. Good enough.
One's taller than the other.
Oh, is it?
That's weird.
It might just be the way your phone. It's probably a little slanted or something. So speaking of those old movies, I didn't watch any this month, but when you came over that one time, we watched a few of those. We watched Wolfman, which I liked a lot. I thought that was a good movie. And we watched Invisible Man, which I don't think we finished that one.
Oh, that's right.
But we watched like half of it, and then we went on to music videos and It's Always Sunny like we usually do.
Yeah.
But we watched that one on the big screen. On the projector, so that was fun.
The Invisible Man is definitely, well, maybe I shouldn't say definitely, but The Invisible Man is like one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. It's so good, because it's like it's all voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy, like he has to rely just on his voice, obviously, and it's just so cool.
Did you watch the new one?
Yeah, I did. I really liked it. Did you watch it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. It's on my Vudu. I know you're logged into that. So
maybe I'll watch it. Okay, let's see what else I watched. I'll just run through the list. I'm not going to talk about all these, but so this is what I watched on my movie marathon. I watched Halloween, Psycho, Zombieland, Ernest Scared Stupid, Addams Family Animated, Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, Sleepy Hollow, and Ghostbusters.
Oh, Sleepy Hollow. Nice.
Yeah, I guess Sleepy Hollow is the closest thing to a horror movie in that list, but I still don't really know if it's a horror, maybe more of like a thriller, but still a really good movie. That's definitely one of my
Halloween.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites.
It's got that feeling of Halloween for sure.
Yeah, I mean they have the part where they throw a jack-o'-lantern that's on fire, so Halloween right there. So what else did you watch this month?
Let me see.
All of them?
All of them. Every single movie. No, one I will like that I keep rewatching is Jason Lives. It's Friday the 13th part 6. Like if I know like most people, if you're gonna start a series, you start on 1, obviously. But seriously, part 6 of Friday the 13th. Like if you're just gonna jump in, that is in my opinion the best Friday the 13th. It is so awesome, and it's got Alice Cooper in it a lot.
Oh,
the soundtrack.
Oh, although I thought you meant he's like in it.
No, but that does remind me. I watched this Freddy's Dead. It's like part 5, I believe. which is the worst Friday or Nightmare movie of all time. It's horrible. It's an awful movie, like laughably bad. And but which sucks because Alice Cooper actually physically plays a role in that movie. Yeah. But the movie is horrible.
Steve Miller says Rose Red. Watch that.
Rose Red?
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
But maybe we should check it out.
Yeah.
What movies, either now, if they still affect you that bad, or just as a kid, what movies gave you the worst like nightmares that you used to watch?
Oh God. So mine, I loved Chucky when I was little.
Oh,
when I was like 4, 5, 6, my favorite was Chucky. And I would watch all those movies all the time. I'd just be like this right in front of the TV, just watching it.
Dude, not to cut you off, but no lie, when I was watching Psycho, that's what Emily was doing, and I was a little bit worried. And then she got scared when and the murder scene in the shower, when the wee, and she was like turned, because she was like, you know how we have like that footstool thing? So before that point, she was literally doing that, just like this, watching the movie. And I was like, even movies she likes, she doesn't usually watch that intently. So I was like, I kind of feel like I should change it, but maybe it's not that bad because it's old. But then when it went to that murder part, then she was like, turned to me and just like looked scared, was like, change it. And I was like, I'm sorry, it's okay, it's over now. But anyway, keep going. What were you saying?
Even though Chucky was my favorite, there was still one part that really creeped me out when I was little. Was in part 3. Yeah, in part 3, whenever Chucky's under the bed, and there's this kid that put his feet down off his bed, and Chucky just goes shh, and slices the back of his feet, and like that really messed me up for a while. Like the only way I would get off my bed is to jump a few feet.
Yeah, well, see, that's where the kid messed up, because everyone knows that when you get off your bed, you got to clear the 2-foot radius,
so no one can slash your ankles. But I didn't know that was actually taken from Pet Sematary. No, Chucky would be first, wouldn't it? Yeah, Chucky would be first.
No idea.
Yeah, but anyways, that freaked me out. So I would never, I had a hard time getting out of bed after that. What about you?
Oh, Kat says The Village. I don't know if these people are answering my question or just saying scary movies, but Kat says The Village. I didn't even know you've seen that one. Storm Miller says It. If those are ones that give you nightmares, I know The Village is pretty scary. I don't know I don't know if I've seen all of It, the original. I've seen the new one, but I don't know if I've seen all the original one. I've seen parts of it.
Storm, I remember watching It at your house when you lived in Clinton. I remember watching it at your house, actually, funny enough. That's a scary, when you're the age we were, that's a pretty scary movie.
Oh, yeah. And he says 13 Ghosts is a freaky one as well. So for me, I don't know if anything's really given me nightmares. I never really had nightmares, but there has been stuff that kept me up at night. I guess that's kind of the same thing, but Nightmare on Elm Street has always been a very scary concept to me.
Cool.
But I think the one that has always gotten me, that I think is the scariest movie of all time, has got to be The Grudge. That movie just creeps me out, man. And I remember around that time, I think The Grudge and The Ring kind of came out around the same time in America.
Yeah.
Because I know they're both based off Japanese films. But I saw The Grudge first, and man, I had trouble sleeping for a while. Maybe that was the start of my insomnia, because I still can't sleep well today. But
I know.
I saw The Ring after that, and honestly, it wasn't that scary to me, and I don't know if it was because I was already creeped out by The Grudge, and I was just like, whatever, or maybe it wasn't that bad. Because I remember when The Ring first came out, like a lot of people were saying it's the scariest movie of all time, and I was just like, I mean, there was still parts that like kind of get you, but I was just like even now, um, there's a new Grudge movie that just came out this year, which I haven't
Oh
seen yet,
yeah.
and I'm a little worried about watching it because I don't know if it's gonna creep me out again. But um, there's this game that just came out recently. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Phasmophobia, and it's basically you could play with up to 4 people, and you're like it's like a ghost hunter thing. So you go to houses and you have like the EMF reader and like temperature things and spirit box and Ouija boards and books and all that stuff. And basically you have to try to find clues to find out what type of ghost is haunting the place. So, and it has voice recognition, so you can like press a thing and you talk and you actually like talk to the ghost in the game, and then sometimes it talks back to you in the voice box and stuff. It's a pretty cool game. It's pretty creepy, but there's one ghost in that game. And, dude, it gets creepy sometimes. Like there's a lot of times when nothing's happening, but you'll be walking around and there's points where like if the ghost is chasing you, like your flashlight will start flickering and then it just gets behind you and goes like in your ear. But there's one ghost in that game that goes and every time I get so creeped out because that's what The Grudge does. And like as soon as I hear that, I'll be playing with people and I'm like, guys, I'm leaving. The ghost is behind me. I'm gonna like I just get so freaked out still by that stupid sound, and I'm like, oh my god. But I think for me, one thing that really gets me in scary movies, it's not so much the jump scares, and it's not so much like the scary concepts. It's when they actually show when they actually show like the face. Because a lot of times scary movies, you don't really ever see the face, or you don't really see.
Face, yeah.
It's like they hide stuff, and there's jump scares, and it's always shadows and stuff. But there was this one movie, I don't remember what it was called. It was on like some Netflix movie, not like any popular movie or anything like that. But it was a lot of just like jump scares, and there were monsters and things like that. And for most of it, it was like there was some stuff that's kind of creepy, but there was just one scene where this girl's looking in the mirror, and then she sees this figure behind her and just like and turns around, and it like shows the whole thing, and that like creeped me out so bad. I was just like, okay, make it stop, go away, go away. And that's usually what gets me. So I think that might be part of the Grudge thing, because you always see their face. Like they don't really hide them ever, and then they move all weird and they're like cracking their neck and stuff and making that sound. Yeah. And it's like, oh my god, it creeps me out so much. So yeah, definitely the Grudge, and then Nightmare on Elm Street. Not so much Freddy Krueger, like the way he looks, but just the whole concept is scary to me.
The concept. Well, I was actually reading about that the other day. So the way that Wes Craven got that idea, that concept, was when he was a kid. He looked outside of his window, and there was like this homeless guy outside, and the homeless guy must have felt him staring at him, so he looked back at him up at his window.
Oh my god.
And so he ducked down, and after a few minutes he got back up and seen he was still staring at him. And that guy had a striped sweater like that. And so that's where that came from. But then years and years and years and years later, when he was actually writing scripts and stuff like that, he wanted to make a horror movie. And one day he read in the newspaper about this kid who was like begging his parents to let him stay awake. Don't let me go to sleep. Don't let me go to sleep. Man. He had a coffee pot under his bed. Like he was taking like anti-sleeping pills and like all this stuff, like desperately trying to like arguing with people to stay awake and all this stuff. Well, finally, their parents had enough of it, and his body had enough of it, and he was just like, he passed out. He went to sleep. Well, they were downstairs and they heard this screaming. He was just yelling and screaming and screaming and screaming. They ran upstairs and he died.
What?
And yeah, like kind of weird, but I mean, that's what Wes Craven said. And so he said that's where he got that article, was where he got the idea for Nightmare on Elm Street, that like somebody's after you in your dreams or
It's
whatever.
creepy, man.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
But yeah, like for me, scary movies, whenever they affect me, it's just like actually trying to go to sleep. Like when you like just start thinking in your head and you start creeping yourself out and you see shadows and stuff. And but
Yeah.
for some reason, I never have nightmares though. Like once I actually, even if I'm scaring myself all night and I can't sleep and I'm up for hours, once I actually fall asleep, I don't have nightmares. Like I don't have scary things going on and like death and all that. It's just like regular sleep. But it's just like the process of trying to go to sleep is where it gets me.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to. So you know how we were gonna go to your aunt's Halloween party,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well, and I bought it like a costume and all that, and it was this Michael Myers, and
Yeah.
and it was also the coveralls that went with it. Well, the coveralls I had on a hanger for some reason, and it was in the back of my closet. But all your shirts come down to here. The
Uh-huh.
coveralls are a whole thing, so it's body shaped.
Yeah.
And so like all last week, like I would turn on a light that slightly illuminates the closet. I don't know why I didn't just turn on a closet light, but like, and I would walk in there, and every single morning, like at 4 a.m., I just see this human figure standing there. I'm like, God.
That's funny. Storm Miller says Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, that one was pretty creepy too when that came
Oh,
out. That
yeah.
was I seen both of those and that song
I haven't
too.
seen the
It's
second
like
one,
it's
but the
so
first
happy
one.
but so scary at the same time. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that one. I watched them both in the
that's a
same day. That was a fun night.
that's a creepy one. 1 second, not to leave you by yourself, but to leave you by yourself.
You always leave me when I have no topics to talk about. Um, all right, let's see. What could I talk about here? Uh, okay, Zombieland. I watched Zombieland. Here, let me go to this screen. Good movie. I've seen it before multiple times. They got Bill Murray in it. They have that scene with Ghostbusters, which was really cool because I watched Ghostbusters later that night. Uh, Ernest Scared Stupid. I actually fell asleep in that movie, but it was pretty good. I was just tired and needed a nap, and my daughter took a nap, so I was like, got to take advantage of that because I only got a couple hours of sleep at that point. The Addams Family animated movie. It was okay. It was kind of weird. It wasn't anything like the original Addams Family, if you're used to that, or like the movies or anything like that. It was, I think, more aimed towards kids, even though they had some kind of scary spots in it. Um, okay, I'm just talking about the Addams Family movie.
The cartoon, the
Yeah,
remake,
the
the
animated one.
the new one, right?
Yeah. So
I haven't watched it. Is it good?
it was pretty good. I was just saying it's not really like the original ones. Like,
Didn't seem like it.
yeah,
Like
it's
the TV show or the movie?
both.
Okay.
It's pretty different. One thing that was kind of cool is Wednesday's hair is she has the ponytails, but at the bottom is nooses. So
Oh.
so she has like ponytails, and then the braid is like the knot, and then like underneath is a noose. So that was kind of funny. There was one part I feel like it's more kind of aimed towards kids,
Oh yeah.
but there were a few like kind of like parts that I would say is kind of scary, a little scary for kids. One part that was kind of funny was there's a part when Morticia, what's her name, Morticia or whatever, she was looking for Thing, and she finds him and he's on the computer, and
Oh.
he's scrolling through and he's just like scrolling through pictures of feet. And then she's like, Thing, there you are, and he just slams the computer really fast.
What?
Like feet is the hands porn or whatever. It was so weird, but
Wow.
no, it was pretty good. It was all right. For some reason they have Snoop Dogg playing Cousin It, but like whenever
Because
he
you can't understand him?
yeah, well no, but whenever he talks, it's just like they pitch it up really high, and then
Oh.
it's also backwards, like reverse or whatever. So it could have been anyone. Like it didn't have to be Snoop Dogg. But the only thing is when it first arrived, they had that Snoop Dogg song playing, la da 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 dun dun,
Oh wow.
and he had like a pimp ring on and a cane and stuff. But he ended up being like 1 foot tall. Uh, so that was interesting. But that movie was all right.
I love the TV show. Like
It's actually
like a
go,
lot of mornings I'll wake up and have
oh
coffee
yeah,
and watch
yeah,
Addams Family.
the TV Land.
Yeah, oh, the TV Land, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I think it's on Amazon, so if you wanted to watch it,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where I watch it.
Well, I mean the animated movie, if you wanted to watch
Oh,
it.
is it on Amazon?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well,
So you can watch it on there. Because I wouldn't say it's worth like
buying
renting,
it.
but
Yeah.
since if you already have Amazon, if you want to watch it, there it is. Yeah, Sleepy Hollow though, man.
Oh yeah.
That was probably my favorite
Yes.
one. Well, I mean Ghostbusters is really good too, but Sleepy Hollow. I mean,
The
it,
the atmosphere alone in Sleepy Hollow is
yeah.
top notch.
I mean Tim Burton always does a great job with that style anyway, but
Yeah.
and then Johnny Depp's my favorite actor, so it's a lot of good stuff in one. But I really like that movie. It's a really good story, and
Yeah.
of course there's a lot of different tellings of that story, but I really like that one. Um, Sweeney Todd I didn't watch, but that's another one. I'm probably gonna watch that tomorrow, even though it's the day after Halloween. Love that movie. Have you ever seen The Secret Window?
No, I've heard of it. I just
That
haven't.
one's not Tim Burton, but that's another Johnny Depp film. That one's pretty good. It has a couple twists in it, but it's about a writer, and he like goes. I don't remember exactly because I haven't seen it in a long time, but he goes to like a cabin in the woods type thing basically, and it's not like a horror film. Like it's not where like a killer comes out or anything like that, but he's a writer and he kind of like starts going crazy and like all this weird stuff starts happening. Oh, you know what? So two of my favorite movies, favorite like scary movies like that, I would say, that aren't like popular choices. One would be 1408. Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's John Cusack and Samuel L.
Oh,
Jackson, and
I
he's like,
think I've
and he's
seen
like
bits of
stuck.
it.
He's
Yeah.
stuck in this room.
In the hotel room, right?
Yeah, and like all
Yeah.
this weird stuff starts happening. Like it floods in there, and it's like snowing. It gets like
Yeah.
freezing, and every time he thinks he leaves the room, and then he like falls asleep and wakes up back in the room, and
Yeah, that's
I
right.
thought it was a really good movie. I used to watch it a lot, and also because it reminds me of the game Silent Hill 4. I don't know if you ever played any of the Silent Hills,
Mm.
but
No.
there's this game called Silent Hill 4: The Room, and that was like one of my favorite like scary games of all time. And it's kind of like the same idea, and I thought it was really well done in that movie. So that's one, and then another one is called The Uninvited, which is like this girl is in like an insane asylum type thing or a psychiatric hospital basically because she watched her mom die or something like that and she kind of went crazy, and then her dad
Yeah.
ends up with this other girl who's like the stepmom, and then she's like convinced the stepmom's trying to kill her, and like all this weird stuff starts happening, and then she thinks the stepmom is the one that killed her mom because she was having an affair with the dad, and she like set the house on fire. And that one has some twists in it too, but that one's pretty good. I used to like that one a lot when it came out.
Hmm. No, I haven't seen that one. I've seen bits of that John Cusack one,
Yeah, that one's
but
pretty good.
not enough to remember. But yeah, yeah, it's really. You remember for a while, possession movies were huge. Like
Oh yeah,
I don't know, like 10 years ago, maybe not like 8 years ago,
yeah.
something like that. Those were huge.
Zombies and
Zombies.
possessions. Yeah,
Yeah. You said you watched Zombieland the other day. Was it the first one or the second
the
one?
first one. I never seen the second one.
I I just bought the second one not too long ago. It's actually not that bad.
Oh really?
It's
Is
pretty
it the same people
pretty good.
or is it a
Yeah.
different?
Oh,
Oh okay.
it's all the same people. Yeah.
That
It's actually pretty good.
continues the story.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
it's actually pretty good.
yeah, I might check it out.
It's on my Voodoo.
Oh okay. Well there you go. Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
Yeah. So unless there's any other movies,
I think that's it. That'll cover it.
so segueing not so smoothly uh, into like, what did you used to do like for Halloween, like as a kid? Like what were some of your, you know, childhood
I don't
memories?
have
Like,
any. I don't have any like. I feel like you would have more things because I know you probably have like corn mazes and other fun Halloween
we do.
activities. Hate like I don't know. For me, it was more just like a typical whatever. Like trick or treating. Obviously, uh, we'd usually get a pumpkin like at the beginning of the month, carve the pumpkin. One year my brother cut his hand open. We had to go to the hospital and get him stitches.
Ah,
There's always one. Um,
ah.
I guess usually my aunt would have Halloween parties with like the costume contest thing. They'd have bobbing for apples, but my mom never let me do it because she said it was germs and so uh, you know how my mom is. But
Kenny, you're Kenny from South Park.
oh yeah, but I don't think I ever really did anything like specifically exciting or memorable. I mean, I do have some memorable Halloweens, but it's never been anything that was like that different than trick or treating or whatever. Um, there was one time when I got like super freaked out. Um, I went to it was just we were trick or treating at this block, and we knocked on this guy's door, and I don't know if he was wearing stilts or if I was just short and remember him being super tall, but because I was a kid back then, but it was just like this dude in just like this full like black robe getup, wearing this alien mask, and he was like super tall. At least it looked super tall to me at the time. And when he opened the door, there's just like smoke coming out of his door, and he didn't say anything because like trick or treat. Usually people are like, "Oh hi," whatever. He didn't say anything. He just like came out and just like reached out with candy, and I was just like so scared. I was like, after that, I didn't even want to go to any more houses. I was like, no. Um, I guess this isn't really a Halloween memory, but I've been kind of traumatized from like haunted houses. Because so when I was really young, like maybe seven, like 6, 7, 8, something around there, I went to Universal Studios with my dad, and at the time, you know how they always have the haunted house, uh, like even when it's not Halloween time, like
Yeah.
they change it every few years, but like it was Van Helsing for a few years. It was that's the only thing I remember. I don't know. I think it was whatever. You know what I'm talking about though, right? That
Yeah, yeah. No, I know what you
okay,
mean.
so I went there one year, and it was the Mummy because that was like when the
Okay.
Mummy movies were
Oh,
popular,
wow.
and so at
The
first it
Brent
was
Spiner.
yeah, yeah. At first it was pretty cool. Like you go inside and they have like movie props and artifacts, and they have like uh what do you call it? Like information about what the props are and what things are and all that stuff. And it looked kind of cool. I was still a little bit scared, but I was like, okay. And then I started walking in with my dad, and we got into the actual haunted house section, and I just got like so scared. Like these mummies just like popped out of the walls, like they were hidden in the walls, and just like popped out. And then they had those things like blowing the darts at you, but it was just air. But still, like
Oh, like Disney does.
yeah. But dude, I got
Yeah.
so freaked out. I was like screaming and crying, and my dad, there was this little midget chasing me, like this little midget dude with like this makeup on and just like chasing me like ah! And I was crying so bad. I jumped on my dad, and I was just like hid my face in his shoulders. And ever since then, I never really did like the haunted house thing. But I mean I've been in a few like more recently, but and it wasn't that bad. But I still just get those traumatic memories now. Whenever I'm going in, I'm always just like a little nervous, and I get there, I'm like, oh, it's not that big of a deal.
You're looking at your ankles to make sure there's no small people like
Oh
running
yeah,
after you.
yeah. I'm always looking around for midgets now when I walk inside of a house. But it's kind of funny though, because I actually worked in a haunted house before for one year,
Oh, did
and
you?
yeah, it was pretty fun. I was
Oh,
scared. I
wow.
scared a lot of people, and
Wow.
it was cool. It was in Pasadena, and it wasn't like very strict. They had a wardrobe, so you could pick whatever you want, and you could even change costumes in the middle if you wanted to.
Oh, that's cool.
And technically, they wanted you to like pick a spot beforehand and just kind of stay around the area. But they were really cool people and really lenient. So like there was people switching around like throughout the whole night. Like I would be in one spot for a while, and then after like we just like move around to another spot and like find the good places to scare people and all that. So that was pretty fun. But
That's awesome.
yeah, so I guess it's technically not a Halloween memory, but that's a scary memory I have for sure. So
No, it's hard to beat that. It's
what do
hard
you
to
have?
beat
I'm sure you have.
chasing you.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you have more. Okay, no, wait. Let me go back for a second. I do have one memory, and this was Halloween, but it wasn't. It's not like a thing we did every year. But there was one year we went to a pumpkin patch on Halloween or something. It was some type of Halloween thing like that, and there was this area where there were people there, you know, like where they have the scarecrows and they have like fake people, but sometimes there's real people in them.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
it was something like that. And so there was one where these people were hiding in coffins, and some of them are real and some of them are fake. So they had like these coffins open and just like straw all around them, and there's like scarecrows around. So like you could touch some of them and you could tell it's stuffed. And then we're just walking around, and these guys like came up and scared us. And it was me and my two brothers and my mom, and me and my brothers were just getting freaked out the whole time. Like anytime they popped out, because we were young again, we were like 5 or 6, and we were like screaming. And so my mom was like telling them to stop. And then this one guy came up and just like went right in front of our face, like out of a coffin. And we started crying, and my mom literally punched him in the stomach.
What?
I don't think she meant to. I think it scared her too. He just like came up and she was just like full on like punched him.
Oh.
And it made it better though. I was laughing really hard after that. I was still scared, but I was laughing. I was just like, oh my god.
Wow. I'm definitely bringing up that next time we're all together.
And then one more I have that actually I wasn't even there for, but she told me about it. Is she went to, I think it was Six Flags. It was either Not Scary Farm or Six Flags Horror Nights or whatever they call it. But she went with my stepdad, and she basically, so they were in line for like just to get food or something, just like waiting for whatever. And one of the monsters came by, and so she didn't even know this because it was one of those things where like, you know, they're in line, she's in front of him and he's just behind her, and he stops one of the monsters and basically tells him to like pretend you're me. So the monster, he's like, because you know they're not supposed to touch you, but he's like, yeah, you can touch her, it's fine. So I don't know if it was like Frankenstein or what monster it was, or just some random whatever, but because she's already scared. Like my mom gets freaked out by the dudes with the knee pads on when they like slide across the floor because it's just a loud sound.
Okay.
So like that was going on, so she's already freaked out by that, or like not freaked out, but just like scared by that stuff. And so she's kind of like talking to my stepdad, but not like turning around, but just, you know, like when you're in line and you kind of like talk like this.
Yeah.
So she's doing that, and then the monster just gets behind her and puts his arms around her like this, and just like puts his face next to her, just kind of like nuzzling, you know. God. So he's just watching, and she's like talking to him until she turns around. Turns around and just sees like whatever this guy's face just had. And she just like freaked out so bad. It was funny. I mean, I wasn't there, but that's what they tell me. So, but it's a funny story. But yeah, so I guess those are some funny Halloween stories I have. But I don't really have any like traditions or anything like that. But I imagine you probably have some more traditions where you're from. So what do you got?
Yeah, a couple. Like nothing like super specific, but like yeah, as much as you were saying jokingly, we do have cornfields, and
well, I wasn't really joking because I remember you mentioned something about that and bales of hay and other things like that.
Yeah,
tractor rides or something like that.
Yeah, so like Halloween time, the next town from us, the next town over, they do this haunted maze. So it's a corn maze, like it's a real corn maze. I mean, it's functional, like it's
yeah, like all throughout the year, it's just a regular corn maze, right? Or a cornfield. Yeah.
But during Halloween, of course, they go all out, and it's a huge field. Like, I mean, these corn stalks are, huge,
like you see in the movies.
And yeah, it's just like in the movies and stuff. And like I've always avoided it because when I was little, like I watched so many horror movies, like, but yet it didn't make me not scared of them. I
Mm-hmm.
just liked them. I don't know, like,
I
like
was like, I want to
Chucky
be
and
lost in a corn maze one day
yeah, I
at
did.
midnight.
Uh, like I don't know, I liked all those like slasher icons and stuff, but like actually going to haunted houses and corn mazes and stuff that freaked me out big time. But I remember one year I finally went, and the corn maze is a big deal because that's like supposed to be really really scary, because you're out on your own and it's huge.
Yeah.
Like you're not with groups, like you're with you and whoever you brought with you.
Mm-hmm.
There's no rhyme or reason, and it's not even like a you go this way or you go this way. There's no signs telling you where to go.
Yeah.
You go in the cornfield, and you can end up anywhere, and it's acres and acres. Well, they plant people throughout all these acres,
Mm-hmm.
like, and it's like I said, no rhyme or reason. It's just like you can go anywhere you want in the cornfields. It's just you don't know who else is going to be there too. And so like I was just like, yeah, I don't like this, but we're going to do it. So we would go, and I just remember it was like super quiet, just like a movie. Like it's super quiet, no sound, no nothing. Like I felt like we got lost because there was nobody around. Nobody had scared us yet.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd been at it for a while. And we got to this part that was not lit. It was nothing. It was just dark and just nothing was there. And then all of a sudden, out of the cornstalk right in front of us, just
Oh my god.
turned on the chainsaw. You want to talk about scary? Oh my god. That was terrifying. Like, because it wasn't even like a part. Like, this dude clearly just went far out of range.
Uh-huh.
Just to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just in case for the stragglers.
Well, it worked. It was pretty rough. So it was that. But no, like, of course, as a kid, you always go trick or treating and stuff like that. But and we did some pretty cool ones. Like one year, me and my cousin were Gene and Ace.
Oh.
Yeah,
All
Kiss. My mom made the costume.
I was Paul Stanley 3 years in a row for school.
Were you?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sixth,
3
seventh,
years.
sixth, seventh, and eighth grade.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then I was Slash for a couple of years. And I never did Nikki Sixx or Tommy Lee in school. I think just because, like, at the time when you're younger, like, a lot of people don't know who they are. They know Slash and they know Kiss because, like, just they're
the makeup.
Yeah, but so yeah, it was just like, I mean, Slash was easy because my brother had like an actual real top hat, and then I had the curly wig, so I just put that on and called it a day. And then of course Paul Stanley was a whole thing because the makeup, but yeah. One memory I have for one Halloween, pretty good Halloween, I'd say. I was with my brother, and there was this girl. I don't remember if he was dating her or he just liked her or whatever it was. And but there's like a haunted house nearby. Like, they live kind of close to where we lived, and there's a haunted house. Just like, sometimes just people have them at their house, like they have it outside or whatever. And I think this kind of helped me get over the haunted house thing, my traumatization a little bit, because I've been to some since. I've been on the Queen Mary thing, and I've been to what else? I think just some random ones. I don't know if I've really done any, like, I've never been to like Universal Studios or Not Scary Farm or anything like that. But I think Queen Mary is kind of the same idea. There's just no rides. But anyway, so yeah, like, we're hanging out with this girl, and she had a friend. I don't know if it was a friend or a sister or who it was, but she had someone that was like my age. And like, I didn't know who these people were. I just met them that day, but they wanted to do this haunted house thing. And I think they were going in groups of like 2 at a time, because it wasn't like a huge thing. It was like in someone's yard. So it wasn't like so like my brother went with his girlfriend or whoever it was. And then, so I was with this other girl, and she's like, is it okay if we go together? I'm like, yeah, sure. Sure. And, but she got really scared, so she wanted to hold my hand the whole way. So I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just met this girl, and I'm holding her hand. And in middle school, that's a big deal when you're holding a girl's hand. And then after that, we went to their, or it might have been like freshman year. I don't remember exactly when it was, but and then after that, to end the night perfectly, we went to their house and we watched Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah.
Best Halloween movie.
Yeah. Big gulps, huh?
Yeah. So that was pretty fun night. And then I never talked to that girl again because I don't remember who she was or anything. But
how
fun time.
dare you? How dare you? We used to do like haunted house type thing. So like we used to go all out. Like when I was a kid, like my mom decorated the house like crazy. Like like in Christmas Vacation,
Mm-hmm.
when they decorate the house for Christmas. That's what we'd do for everything. Like Christmas was absolutely crazy, and then Halloween was absolutely crazy. Like we made like a graveyard in the yard, like all these props, and like it was.
Yeah, my mom usually does all that stuff at her place.
Yeah, and like after a while, like like used to go trick or treating all the time, but eventually one year we were just like, well, what if we just scare people and hand out candy? So we did that, and like we took it seriously. Like we had these really good costumes. Like one year I was Freddy. I had the glove and the mask and the sweater and the whole thing, and my cousin was like Michael Myers and all this stuff. And like we would do these, and everyone would get their own section of the yard. Like there's music playing, and like you jump out at certain times and all this stuff. One year I was Jason, and I got a real chainsaw, and like with the chain off, obviously. But like that year was fun because you had the chainsaw, and it was a quick, like it was a really good chainsaw, so it started real quick. You just pull the rope and it just immediately just starts. So you can do those quick scares. Like I would be in the bushes and people would walk up to get their candy, and as soon as they start walking off, just
you didn't have to you didn't have to prime it every time.
You're like, you prime it before.
Hold on, guys, hold on.
You're hiding behind the bush, priming it. That would suck. I know that that's what would happen to me now, because that's just my type of life. But
safety first. Turn on the flamethrower.
Oh my god! Wow. But there was a couple of years where like they would get like, it would really freak people out. It was really well done, and like we used to collect so much candy the next morning from people that would like trip over and fall. There was like people that would trip over tombstones. They would like drop their candy bags but keep running.
So you just bully kids into stealing the candy. All right, that's the way to do it. Hey, once you get to that age where you can't trick or treat and people don't give you candy anymore, that's what you got to do. You got to bully the little kids into giving you their candy.
Oh yeah, like me. Just the other day, I was grocery shopping, and I thought, well, I'll buy this 2-pound bag of Reese's, for when I get the trick or treaters tonight.
Oh yeah.
I'm in an apartment building on the second floor with no porch light. I knew what I was doing.
And you live on like a little side street that's not
not
a trick or treat heavy area.
No, I knew that.
All right, well, I'm gonna see how much you have left when I come over next weekend.
Yeah, probably none. But yeah, fun Halloween.
Sounds like a good time. Did you do anything this year? I know we went to that party at Eddie's place. That was a good time.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Played a couple songs.
Yeah.
And today I just let me show you a picture. Even though, I could have sent it to you so you could see it better, but I'll just put it on the webcam. So we didn't really do anything, but Emily had dance class. So we dressed as solely Mike Wazowski and Boo.
I seen Kat's picture earlier. That's so awesome.
It's a little blurry, but you get the idea. And then so we just did that at dance class, and then got a little candy and whatever there, and then we went to the pumpkin patch, got a pumpkin, came back here, carved it, and watched Nightmare Before Christmas, and that was it. We didn't take her trick-or-treating this year, because I don't know who's doing that this year and what's going on, but
yeah,
it was all right. It was a little more tame than we would have liked, but that's fine. It kind of sucks because we were looking forward to her going trick-or-treating this year, because we went with her last year, but she was like a year and a half, and she couldn't really walk yet or anything, so this year would have been fun, but whatever.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Did you do anything?
No,
aside from the party, the pate.
No, I've just been watching horror movies all weekend, basically. Just that.
That's the way to do it.
Relaxing.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say just that. Just just kind of hanging out. I do the whole horror movie thing like year round, so it's kind of
not that different.
I mean, but I do love Halloween, so I love the whole atmosphere of it. So I do, I don't just brush it off. I love Halloween, but to me, like this year was really cool because I just made some unhealthy food, watched some horror movies. Talked to my buddy Jake.
Love that unhealthy food. One more movie I remember that I did watch was have you seen that new Adam Sandler movie, The Hubie Halloween?
No, but
on Netflix?
I keep hearing about it.
I watched it.
I keep hearing about it. Did you?
It's okay.
Doesn't he do his Billy Madison voice?
Kinda. It's a little different, but so I think I told you this already. I don't know if it's really a spoiler, but it was very exciting. So the very first scene, they bring back Ben Stiller from Happy Gilmore. Hal L is his name.
That's his greatest character.
Yeah, he's got the same outfit, the mustache. It kind of sucked though, because I thought he would have a bigger role, but he only had like one or two lines in that first scene, and that was it. I thought he was going to come back later, but he never showed up again, which was sad. But I remember like I just started watching it. I was like, I guess I'll check this out. And then like they showed him, and I literally like jumped out of my seat, just like, oh my god, and I like paused it, and I think I took a picture and sent it to you or something. I was like,
oh yeah.
Dude, he's back, and I was really hoping he'd have a bigger role, but he didn't, unfortunately. But that was still really exciting. But it took a few minutes for it to get started.
A lot better than that Will Ferrell movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. That movie was horrible. Yeah, if anyone knows that I don't remember what it's called, but there's a new Will Ferrell movie on Netflix about like him and Rachel McAdams, and they're like, what are they, Swedish or I don't remember where they're from.
Yeah.
But some other country that's not America, because I only know America. No, I think they were Swedish or something like that. And they have like these weird accents, and they're like in a singing group, and it's kind of like an American Idol thing. Horrible movie. Don't watch it.
Horrible movie.
Anyway.
Who is a horrible movie?
A horrible. Whore. No, but so the Hubie movie, like it took a while to get started, and at first I thought I was gonna hate it because like Adam Sandler does like one of his weird accents, and he kind of plays like not like a retarded guy, but just kind of like slower, kind of like Mama's Boy type.
Yeah.
But like sometimes the voice thing works. Marc disappeared. Where'd he go? There he is. He disappeared on me.
That's weird.
Oh no, you got like, okay, wait, I think he caught up. You were like delayed for a second, but I think you're good. So like sometimes it works. Like Waterboy, I think it works really well with the voice thing. Little Nicky's kind of annoying, but it's a good movie. And
I love Little Nicky.
Like one of them I just could not watch, which I heard is a great movie. I could never get through it. We lost him again.
Having issues.
Go
ahead.
One of his movies I just could not get through that I heard was a great movie was 8 Crazy Nights, because I forgot what the character was, but there's like his dad or grandpa or some, I don't remember who it was, but he has like that really just like, hey Jimmy, what are you doing? And I'm like, I can't watch the movie when he's doing that the whole time. And where you at, Mark? I'm on hold. I think your phone's breaking. It's been too long on cold ones. But yeah, like, so he kind of had like a weird voice thing like that in this movie. And I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch this movie at all. And it was like kind of slow to start. They were just doing the whole, like, everyone makes fun of him and doesn't have any friends and all that stuff. And they took a really long time to get through that. And but after like the story kind of started developing, then it was more like it was actually a pretty good movie, and it had a interesting twist in it. And I enjoyed it. I mean, it's on Netflix, so if you have a Netflix account, I think it's worth the watch.
Yeah, I mean, if it's on Netflix,
and,
no harm,
and
right?
Steve Buscemi plays his neighbor.
Oh,
and
wow.
I swear, he gives me. Have you seen the movie Monster House?
No. Oh, I know what you're talking about, but no.
Okay, so in that movie, Steve Buscemi's in that movie, and he plays like the guy that owns the monster house. He plays like the creepy neighbor that they think, like, everyone thinks he's out to kill them or whatever. But he plays this creepy old guy, and his name's Mr. Nevercracker. And I swear, for like the first half of the movie, that like I got so much of a vibe of that guy. Not just because he played him, but just like the way they portrayed him in the movie. Like, I got a vibe from that character, and I didn't even think about that it was him playing that character until later. I was just like, dude, I get like such a big Mr. Nevercracker vibe, and I was like, oh yeah, that's Steve Buscemi that plays him too. But yeah, it's pretty good. He's in it. What's his name? I can't think of it. Freaking who's Rob Schneider? He's shows up at one point. Kevin James is in it.
Wow.
David Spade is not in it. Don't know what happened. He got booted on this one. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty good.
I'll have to check it out.
But I guess that's it, unless you got anything else to talk about.
Not really. I mean, we've had a pretty solid episode.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours almost.
Well, if everybody watching, if you're demanding more, let us know, because what we think is it's a one-off. So we'll
supply and demand, baby.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, I mean, the main reason we kind of stopped doing it is, for one, because we wanted to work on writing new material, and
kind of important.
A lot of the time that we had to write was only on the days we were doing this, so we decided we'll do that instead for now. Also, just because there wasn't a lot happening with everything being shut down, and like we're not playing shows or anything, so we don't have a lot of like new stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So we're definitely planning to officially bring back Cold Ones once we start actually being active again, like having shows and going on the road and having things to talk about.
See, that'll be cool. Like whenever we're actually like doing more show, which, not to get into that at all, but like, our first shows will probably not be in LA. So like,
hopefully
there'll be some really cool stuff to talk about.
Yeah. And I would love to do Cold Ones on the road.
On the road, that would be cool.
And I really want to do a Cold Ones live in a bar.
That would be really cool.
Which I was hoping the first time, which it didn't end up working out this way, but I was hoping, like, while we were doing Cold Ones, because when we started it, like, the reason we started it is, we mentioned before,
because we can't.
It's because, like, you and me, before that, were hanging out, like, every weekend or every other weekend, which we still do now. But at the time, we kind of weren't, just because everyone was, like, we were all hard on the quarantine thing, and we just all wanted to be safe. So we haven't seen each other in like a month or two. So we're just like, let's just hang out. So for a couple weeks before that, we were just hanging out on Skype, not recording it. And we're just hanging out, just talking and having some drinks.
Yeah.
And we're like,
this is kind of entertaining.
Yeah. And not even, maybe not all the time, but,
no, definitely not all the time.
I mean, not everyone's going to find us entertaining, and that's fine. But we were just like, we do want people to know the band's still active and we're still doing things. So we're like, why don't we just live stream it on our band page? And, sometimes we're not even talking anything about the band. Like, I mean, we did mention stuff today, but like today we're mostly talking about Halloween. But we're like, we could just talk about whatever, and if people have questions about the band, we can answer it. But so that's kind of how it started. But now we've been seeing each other a little bit more, and we don't have a lot to talk about band wise, so it's kind of just
Yeah,
like we kind of just took a break for cold ones. But yeah,
but
yeah, definitely once things pick up again, and hopefully we'll have more to talk about. We'll
but things
do some
are
more.
are things are looking better though, because
Hmm.
you know, like we've all started getting back together as a
Yeah.
band, as far as like writing, rehearsing, doing little videos here and there. Like, so everything's starting to pick back up. So we'll definitely
Yes.
have a lot more going
Yeah,
on.
and there have been some theater shows going on uh, with bigger bands and stuff. So hopefully that starts leading in the direction for
Oh yeah.
the smaller fish like us to have opportunities for things. Um, but yeah, like I was saying, oh yeah. So originally, I wanted the first time we met back up together to be live at a bar, like
Or
cold
yeah.
one, like at Buffalo Wild Wings or something. But it didn't end up working
Yeah.
out because I don't remember exactly why. But I think we ended up doing it here when we first met up.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
oh yeah, that was the one when we did the game and
That
you were
was
super uncomfortable.
the very embarrassing episode.
Fun times. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so but for now this is just a one-off. We wanted to do it for one because it's Halloween and we just wanted to say hi to everyone. And
Yeah.
obviously there's not a lot we could do today this year, but also just because we had some of the bigger band news we wanted to talk about as well. So we got that out there. If you missed it, check the beginning of the episode. Maybe skip ahead like 15 to 20 minutes because I think we talked about my keg for a while. And then after that, we got into the band stuff. But yeah, so this is going to be it for now. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll do a Merry Christmas one or something. I don't know. Uh, but this is it for now. But definitely once things pick up again, we will start this back up. Unless you, the people, really want more and start
If they
to.
want.
If you leave if a lot of people leave comments, not just
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
or
Well.
three, which we do love the two or three of you, but if we get enough where it seems like there's an interest, we'll uh,
Yeah.
find a date
We'll
to.
make we'll make it work.
Yeah, but for now, this is it. We'll be back soon. I mean, we'll still be posting stuff on the page and stuff, but this is it for cold
Oh yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
This is it for cold ones for now until who knows when, the future. But till then, thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you all have a happy Halloween. Have good holidays if we don't see you before then. And Mark, unless you have anything else to say, have a good night. Oh, you know what? Why don't you sign us off? Put your mask on and show us that you could have a nice bev through your mask because that's pretty cool. And then we'll end it there. So good night, everybody.
Got to put my headphones on. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good Halloween and have a cold one with Leather Duchess.